So how did sales almost ruin my life, and how did it end up being the best thing to ever happen to me? I was doing really well in sales, and really that is when I first encountered the first thing that almost ruined my life, which was an extremely high income. In a really short amount of time, I basically went from a commission-only recruiter making like $20,000 a year, still living at home, barely able to pay my rent, to being hired by a cybersecurity startup as one of their first sales reps, making $45,000 a year base with an on-target earning between $75,000 and $85,000. Now, this was back in 2013 when I joined the company, which was an insane amount of money for me at the time. I was in my early 20s. This was a huge opportunity for me. And this started getting me thinking that I never want to leave my sales career, because at that time, all that really mattered to me was making money. I wanted to leave my parents' house. I wanted to be able to maybe buy a home someday, travel, have expendable income, have a cool car, BMW or something. And very quickly, in a really short amount of time, that was all possible. I had the cool apartment all of a sudden. I had a really sick car. I had the best territory I could have possibly asked for. I had San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland, which are like the coolest cities. I was traveling all the time, was racking up frequent flyer miles, and I firmly had on my wrists what I call the golden handcuffs. I could see my future. I was checking every box. I was getting the promotions. I was the top performer. I was the best, right? I was like, okay, I'm a manager in this short amount of time. 2 years from now, I'll probably be a director. Maybe 3 years, 5 years from then, I'll be a VP. I'll be making $250,000 to $400,000 a year, depending on how I play my cards. And I could see the path that was in front of me. The thing was, during the 3 years that I was with this company, I had tried starting 3 businesses. And if I was honest with myself, I didn't ever see the type of life that I was building for myself. I didn't ever want to be a corporate executive. And that was what I was on the path to become. And I just took those cards because that was what was handed to me for my hard work, right? I worked hard. I put in the hours. I received the accolades. I would receive the income and the promotions that would come along with that. And it was a very automatic type of life. Every day was the same. And it was predictable. And because it was predictable, I thought that that was what I wanted out of life. And one morning, I decided to take a look around. I'd been on the first vacation in 3 years with my now wife. We went to Jamaica, and it was the first time that I took a pause. And I remember floating in the surf. I had like half a keg of Red Stripe in me, and I was looking up at the sky, beautiful Jamaican sky. It was like golden hour. And all of a sudden, it was like I took a pause for the first time. And all of those thoughts in the back of my mind, wondering what was possible in my life and what I could build for myself and what like my dream life really looked like, awoke in me. And because I'd been working so hard, like I had never like given myself to like process these thoughts, right? And there's this quote that says, salary is the drug they give employees to forget about their dreams. And I had forgotten about my dreams. I had completely blocked them out of my mind.